But if you're tuning into Radio London and you need a break, then my next two guests are definitely for you. They are both original cast members from The Play That Goes Wrong. One key aspect to this show, they don't get political, which is quite nice, is because I'm sure you may want a little bit of a break. It's so lovely to have them with me. I'm joined in the studio live by Nancy, Zamit and Charlie Russell. Nancy and Charlie, pleasure to have you on the show.
Hello.
Thank you for having us. What a day.
What a day.
What a day.
What a day.
To come in. Now, I appreciate the key aspect for Mischief comedy is not to deal with the politics. Is that right? Tell me, Charlie.
Yeah, I'd say we really pride ourselves on being the thing you laugh at. So we don't like to make work where we laugh at you. You're laughing at us. And The Play That Goes Wrong, that is very much the theme. And we actually took the show, we were lucky enough to go to Broadway in 2017, just after Donald Trump was elected president.
Wow.
And something that we prided ourselves on was the idea that people could come to that show, sit next to someone who might have voted completely differently and get to laugh at us falling over.
Yeah.
And you get united again. There is something that unites us all, and I think it is laughter.
That's a word I've heard a lot of, especially in the last recent weeks. If we talk about Conservative Party, this idea of unity, what does it mean for different people? Okay, let me ask you this. London is the place to be right now. After the lockdown, so many of us, including myself, I could not wait to get out to the West End, could not wait to go to the theatre. I just wanted to be around people, even if they were irritating me eating, it's fine, and enjoy a collective experience. Do you know what I mean? But the truth of the matter is, your show, the production, it's on stage whilst history is being made. I mean, how do you feel about that, Nancy? With a new Prime Minister, the third in 3 months, but just how do you feel about the atmosphere in London right now in this historic couple of weeks?
Well, it's because we've been on for now 8 years in the West End. We've been through a lot. Like, I remember really specifically like Brexit happening. I remember these big things have gone down, and we've had to go into the theatre and just have 2 hours of escapism and let people laugh. But the beautiful thing about our show is that it's kind of for everyone, as Charlie was saying, but it's for every age group as well. So whether you know what's going on or whether you don't quite yet, or whether you're past it, you don't care anymore, or whatever, like wherever you're at in your life, you can get together with your family. And like sometimes inside families have completely different views and stuff, but like everyone can just get together and like Charlie said, just laugh at people. But it's been a big thing for us over the years, and I think that's why we're specifically not political as a company. Let me flip this conversation on its head, and I want to talk the production. Trust me, I want to find out more about it and the fantastic work that you're doing with Mischief comedy. But I have to ask you this, and whether or not actually you are seeing it with your show, whether you like politics or not, it affects your life on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
The cost of living crisis is such. We are hearing from families, we are hearing from individuals. I remember a call Sonny and I had on the late nights talking about, look, I would class myself a middle class, and even I right now I'm thinking about what am I going to do in the next couple of months when it comes to the heating of this house. Do I get rid of the light bulbs? What do I do? Do I get an electric heater? Whatever it is. How are you finding it? You must be speaking to other theatre companies, in London. How is the footfall in terms of people coming out to see the productions, to see The Play That Goes Wrong? Have you seen a difference or not? Or maybe people are saving up to really enjoy the shows? At the moment, we're doing okay, but like theatre in general, the last 3 years, COVID, lockdown, everything, it's been obliterated, and it just keeps having to build itself up again and again and again. And I just feel like this winter, the cost of living crisis is gonna hit theatre really, really hard again, and it's really scary. It's scary having a show, it's scary being a self-employed actor, it's scary as theatre as your life. I feel like we keep being knocked down and having to build ourselves up, but we're in the luckiest position of like most theatre companies, and we're still seeing the difference. So it must be ridiculous for other people.
It's really hard, and I think we would never undermine the challenges that everyone is going through at the moment. And it's so hard because actually now families are having to look, they can't just throw away money on lots of different theatre trips all the time.
Exactly.
And you have to be, if you are able to gather that cash together to buy some tickets, you're focusing on what really is going to give us a good experience. And I suppose that's maybe where we benefit, in that It's going to be fun.
It's going to be. So this then takes me to the next point I was going to make. It's half term right now.
Yeah.
And what I've found speaking to parents, we've got like this WhatsApp group where everyone's like, oh, what is everyone doing? What are the deals?
WhatsApp group.
You know what it's like. Ping, every day. All right, we're going to this soft play. No, we're not. Now we're going to this park. No, it's raining. Right, what are we doing? I mean, I'll be brutally honest. There are those parents that are saying, look, I'm strapping up. 100%. Kids are going to be with the grandparents. There are those, though, which I found really interesting, which is what my husband and I, whereby normally we'd be like, right, we're going to take our 5-year-old, we're going to go here, we're going to go there. We're like, no, let's do the one and let's really enjoy it and let's look forward to it and make it an event. And that harps back to someone like me. As a young girl growing up in a council estate, the only time I went to the theatre was when my school took me. And I waited weeks. I tell you, I could not wait. I had the right hairstyle walking in. I had my brand new school bag, my shoes. They're the only two things that you could do aside from a uniform to look the part, and my nails, because I was so excited to go to the theatre. Even now I will dress up. I get mad if I see someone walking in with trainers to the theatre. I'm like, what are you doing? Get dressed up. This is an event. But there are those families who are going to make your show that event. Yeah, that's special, isn't it?
We're really lucky as well because we have 4 shows over the weekend. So we do 2 on a Saturday and 2 on a Sunday.
Lovely.
So it means that there are more opportunities for you to come if you can't come midweek after school. I appreciate that's tricky.
And you can make the full day of it. You don't, like, if you're travelling into London, you don't have to suddenly do it at the end of the day. You can go to the matinee, have a dinner, or have a lunch
and then do it. Yeah, it's really, really nice.
So let's talk about the play. Tell me about the play that goes wrong, because there will be families like mine, like many others, who are looking towards perhaps doing that one event, or, you know, a couple. They just want a night out. They don't want to deal with the politics of it all. Just want to enjoy London and what is beautiful about it, which in my opinion is definitely the theatre. Tell me about those that don't know. What is the play that goes wrong? What is it all about? How do you even describe it?
It's basically about a bunch of really terrible actors doing a really terrible play.
But it's sometimes perfect because it's so terrible.
That's good. Sometimes that's good to see because you're allowed to laugh at them being terrible, whereas in real life you should not.
Yeah, you're trying to be kind, I suppose.
But it's basically like a murder mystery.
Yeah.
But the show as a whole is a farce, I guess. And it's just like a very silly physical comedy.
Yeah. And it's at the Duchess Theatre, isn't it? People can go to mischiefcomedy.com for further details.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the best play, best place.
It's the best play.
The best play. Excuse the pun, I've said it. I have actually been to see it a number of years ago, and I had an amazing night. Absolutely.
Awesome.
And I'm hopeful to come and see it now. But this is the thing I wasn't sure of. Does the show actually change from the years gone by, or is it very much still the same format? It's that kind of classic whodunit story. Do you see what I mean? Like, has any of that changed or not?
So the play that the terrible actors are putting on, that doesn't change. And like the structure of the farce, because obviously like when you create a farcical show, it's really physically specific and everything is like choreographed to within an inch of its life. But obviously the people, the characters, the people are playing, the actors change year to year.
Sure.
And those actors are giving some of their individuality to those parts each cast change. So at the moment we've got an amazing cast of like really different people, really amazing stuff going on
to the show.
And from like years ago when we first did it to now, it's totally different. The face of it is different, but obviously the bones of it are exactly the same, and like the show structure is there.
So go to that website, mischiefcomedy.com. The play that goes wrong, it's on at Duchess Theatre London this weekend, as you've said, matinee performances and evening performances. For anyone who's trying to figure out what to do for half term, there is your answer if you want a night out as well. Nancy, Charlie, real pleasure having you on the show. Come in again, won't you? I'd love to get you ladies in. We won't talk politics, I promise. We'll talk food next time.
We can talk,
but we can't do it under Mischief.
I got you.
Individuals, we all have our feelings, but
exactly, and that's fine. We'll talk about it. You're friends of the show now. It's lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.